Well, today marks the start of National Hunger and Homeless Week, and tonight volunteers from the Bakersfield Burrito Project will be raising awareness for those less fortunate by spending a night in their shoes. 23 ABC's Leslie Marine is live from East Bakersfield with how your family can join in on the cause as well. Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning, Lindsay. Well, every weekend, the volunteers from the Bakersfield Burrito Project spend their mornings making burritos and passing out as well water bottles to those less fortunate around our community. But this Sunday, they're actually going to be taking a step to the other side, trying to see what it's like to spend a night homeless. Right now, we have Belinda and Jason here. You guys are with the Bakersfield Burrito Project. If you want to take a step forward, what is really going to be happening tonight? I know you guys are spending a night on the streets, essentially.
Yes, we're going to be spending the night on the streets to raise awareness about homelessness and hunger in Kern County.
And just how big of a problem is that here? I mean, we see it all the time. You walk downtown Bakersfield and you see tons of homeless people.
Yes, it is difficult to get shelter here in Bakersfield. Once they're full at the capacity, there's no place for them to go. 12% of our homelessness here in Bakersfield are veterans. 57% of them are without a shelter completely, so some of those are in the shelter, but a lot of them are not.
Definitely. Well, perfect. If you want to come out today, they're actually looking for people to donate some items. The Burrito Project is always asking for donations, especially for their Thanksgiving event that they're holding and their weekly burrito giveaways. Some items they need include bottled water, dried rice and beans, packaged snacks, clothing for all ages, all seasons, blankets and jackets, and kids' toys. And if you actually want to follow their experience tonight, they'll be using this hashtag here, BAKO H&H, which stands for homeless and hungry, and you can follow their entire experience throughout the night, what it's like for them. They'll be blogging, tweeting, Facebooking, all that. So it's kind of cool how they're using social media to just kind of let people understand their experience tonight. Well, every Sunday, volunteers with the Bakersfield Burrito Project spend their time right here at this church, the Wesley Methodist Church. They go ahead and make burritos, hand out water bottles to those less fortunate in our community. But today, what they're actually going to do is take a step on the other side, living like the people that you guys essentially help. This right here is Belinda and Jason. You guys are giving out, I believe, cardboard, tarp today. What is the experience kind of going to be like?
Well, we would like people to get from this is what it's like to sleep on the streets in the elements with the only resources you have around you, whether it be your car, a tarp, some cardboard, things you find out on the street to help keep you warm. We encourage people to come out here and see what it's like walking somebody else's shoes for one night.
And these are shoes you've actually had to personally live yourself back when you were a teenager. Can you kind of walk me through how that was like?
When I was younger, I didn't have a place to stay. I've exhausted all my friends. I couldn't go back to my family, and I had to be on the streets. And that was difficult because you have no place to go. You're wandering around so you can be safe until you can find a place you can hang out during the daytime.
And that's the same routine for a lot of these individuals every day. This group really just goes out every Sunday, puts on their own work, all volunteers. So whatever you can come bring for them to help them kind of help everyone else on the streets would be great, as well as try it out for a night. I mean, you can sleep in your car, they said, if you really need to, because there's all types of homelessness. Well, every Sunday, volunteers with the Bakersfield Burrito Project come right here to Wesley United Methodist Church. They make over 100 burritos for those hungry and homeless on our streets. But today, they're actually going to be taking a step to the other side, living the way the hungry and homeless do in our community. Right now, this is Belinda here. You are with the Bakersfield Burrito Project. I mean, what's tonight kind of going to be like? You're providing very little items.
Yes, we're essentially going to be going through the neighborhood and looking for resources to keep ourselves warm, and we'll be helping out those who are going to be participating, the volunteers who want to stay the night and feel what it's like to be homeless on the street. Pastor Karen, she's going to be on the street herself, and she's going to be doing a spiritual quest at one point. She's also going to be holding a prayer session. We will be having a different session on the other side with talking to people what it's like being homeless and seeing what their experiences are like.
Definitely, and you yourself, you have personal experience with it, as well as you hear these stories every single weekend. How important is it for the community to kind of open up and see how much of a problem this is?
For one thing, the people on the streets are people. They're human beings, and they also need love, resources, and people to help them out, because you never know why they're on the street. It could be something beyond their causes, beyond what happens to them. It's unknown sometimes. And we just want to make sure that we humanize people, and then they feel the experience. They wear someone else's skin for the night.
Yeah, definitely. Well, every Sunday, volunteers with Bakersfield Burrito Project come to Wesley United Methodist Church, and they cook over 100 burritos. They go then pass them out to those hungry and homeless in our community. And today, you know what they're actually going to do? They're going to take a step inside their world, the people that they help every day. And I mean, you guys are spending the night on the streets today. This is Belinda. She is with the Bakersfield Burrito Project. How are you kind of going to pass the time? What are you guys going to do? I mean, this isn't just an act. This is truly living on the streets for a night.
This is an act. We're going to document our experience. We're going to find things to do, because there's plenty to do when you're homeless. You have to find food. You have to find resources to keep you warm. You have to find things to entertain yourself. There's all kinds of things you have to do.
Belinda's gonna kind of keep warm throughout the night, her and her husband here. What's in there, and how'd you kind of put it together to keep you warm? I know it's cold this morning, so it'll be cold through the night.
Yes, there's some cardboard in there. It's not commonly used, but it is. We're using it for this evening. We have tarps, we have a pallet, we have a discarded piece of carpet from a car. We're going to use all the resources that are around us to keep ourselves warm, just as our homeless friends do.
Definitely. Well, perfect. Right now we have Pastor Karen. You are here with Wesley's United Methodist Church. I'm sorry. What is tonight really going to be like for you? I know you've really put this thing together. What's tonight going to be like?
Well, it's going to be a time for me to get relief from compassion fatigue. Doing ministry here on this corner, we see a lot of people that are hungry and homeless, and sometimes I get caught up in the having to take care of problems that are left behind. So I want to recharge my own heart and what it means to be without a place to lay my head tonight.
Definitely.
So we'll be spending the night here. We'll be visiting places right in this neighborhood and on this campus where people who are homeless, people who have passed away, living on the street, and trying to understand what they've gone through.
Definitely. And I know the church itself is a home for a lot of homeless people in this community.
That's right. We have people sometimes sleeping on our patio outside our fellowship hall. Last Thanksgiving morning, as we were preparing burritos for the Bakersfield Burrito Project Thanksgiving breakfast burrito giveaway, there was one of the homeless men that we know that we were in community with had passed away and was found deceased behind our fellowship hall.
So it's really a day to just recharge your batteries, also commemorate those people you've come in contact with.
That's right, to remember them, to remember others like Harvey, who passed away at Baja Tires just down the street, to remember youth that may have come out to their families and have been kicked out of their homes. A lot of homeless youth, that is their story.
Well, this right here is really what they'll be sleeping in tonight. This is what volunteers have to pretty much go off of. It's going to be cold, but you know what? Comfort is not something that comes with being homeless. And Belinda, you help these people every single day. What is tonight going to be like for you?
Cold. Tonight's going to be cold, and it's going to be a time to reflect on why we're doing this and who we're helping out. Pastor Karen is going to be having a procession where we go from area to area, 4 different areas, and each one representing something. All faiths, all denominations are welcome to come and participate. We're not pushing any agenda, just reflection.
Definitely, and I know it's a part of your history as well. These are shoes you've walked in before when you were about 18 years old.
Yes, these are shoes I don't want to wear again. And when I was younger, I didn't have a place to stay, and there's a lot of shame in being homeless. Sometimes there's a lot of pride that goes along with it, because you don't want people to know you don't have a home. There's the working class that are homeless. There are families that are homeless, and all of this needs to be acknowledged. It's not just stereotypes.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? If you're a little hesitant about coming out tonight and maybe sleeping on the ground, you can also bring your car out. They're allowing people to bring their car out, sleep in there, because some homeless people have cars to sleep in. They just don't have a permanent home. So, Lindsay, it's really going to be an interesting experience to watch. And you know what? Before you guys go, they're going to be hashtagging this on Twitter, Facebook, everything. Hashtag BacoH&H. You can follow kind of their night and what their experience is like.
All right, Leslie, thank you so much for that realistic cause, and thank you.
Homeless by choice. Tonight, people are gathering at a local church to spread awareness for hunger and homelessness nationwide. 23 ABC's Cassie Carlisle was out there when the event kicked off. She joins us with how these people are preparing for the night. Cassie.
Yes, Amanda, with the November chill, this isn't going to be an easy night for the volunteers. They were given a tarp, cardboard box, and scrap wood. This is more than what half of the homeless population lives with. 52% of all homeless people in Kern County are living without shelter. In front of Wesley United Methodist Church, the pastor will be homeless for the first time.
I was crying just now when I left my parsonage, because I left my dogs there and my home and my safety and the picture of my parents and my wedding ring.
The simulation is the kickoff for National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. To keep the simulation as realistic as possible, flashlights, igloos, and stoves are discouraged. The Burrito Project will provide 1 water bottle and a burrito for each participant for the evening. If you want to help but you can't participate, you can also donate clothing, food, and children's toys for the Burrito Project's Thanksgiving event. Just head out to Wesley United Methodist Church. I'm actually heading back out there for the first time to be homeless as well, and I will tell you guys how it went at 11. Amanda?
Spending the night on the streets. It's a choice some in Kern County made tonight to raise awareness about homelessness. Right now, men and women are sleeping outside the Wesley United Methodist Church to show compassion for those who are homeless. 23 ABC's Cassie Carlisle was in the cold also. And Cassie, how did it go?
Well, as you said, it was pretty cold outside. They made a fire, which helped out a little bit. The goal for the event is to change the stereotype of homeless people, and it comes on the first day of the National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week.
We got blankets. We've got a sleeping bag in there.
Jason Rickett is not homeless.
Pillows and everything, so it's cozy.
But tonight, he's out on the streets.
I'm going to give it a good swing, but I don't know how it's going to turn out around 3 o'clock in the morning.
The Burrito Project and Wesley United Methodist Church teamed up to have a homeless simulation.
Open your hearts and
to change people's perspective.
Be less judgmental and more helpful.
Which can be an emotional experience.
She started crying when she came into the car, and she was just like, I was just complaining about not having an iPhone 6, and these poor kids don't even have food or water.
Some of the volunteers themselves have been homeless.
I have actually been homeless. When I was younger and I was 18, I had exhausted all my couch surfing ability.
The simulation included a makeshift hovel. 52% of homeless people in Kern County don't have a shelter.
Fire here actually makes the lean-to a lot more comfortable.
The other 48% live in emergency shelters or transitional housing.
They're working on a computer, reading a book, or watching TV. Or sleeping.
What she and the other volunteers will be looking forward to when they get back to their own homes.
The last woman you saw there was the oldest participant of the simulation. She's 84 years old. So definitely, if she can do it, so can others. They're planning on having another one in the future. Amanda?